Alright guys, back with you again here. I've got you pointing up so you can't see the workbench at the moment. You guys that have been watching my builds over the past few months know I don't do a whole lot of cutting, chopping, modifications. I do just enough to add a little bit of detail and then leave the rest of it kind of a box stock, This one I've gotten in real quick over my head. But we're still working with it. We're going to do something with it. So I will show you where we're at. And this might be my last update for a few days. I found out a little while ago, in a couple hours, I'm going to be a grandpa. So we will be going out of town for that. Hopefully back by Monday. We'll see. And then we'll get back to it again. I hate to start something and then walk away from it because it kind of, you lose a little bit of your momentum, but we will see what we can do about keeping that up. I'm going to take my computer with me, so hopefully the hospital will have internet or something. I can still watch your guys' videos. So keep those coming so you can keep me motivated, because this is a bad time to stop what you're doing when you're in a position like this. But of course you can't tell a baby when to get here. So I will lower you down and show you what we got. Yeah, that's used to be the inner fenders to the car. Gone now. Here's the car still with the motor in it. I got the holes filled in the blind, those sinkholes I was talking about. I gotta start trying to look for a way to put an exhaust system on this car. There's no place to do it. So I end up having to cut the inner fenders out. I'm going in over top of the tires, coming out through the fender with my exhaust. So I have to do something fancy here on the end of it, but I will show you what that's going to look like. Get this out of the way. Of course, nothing's glued yet, so my exhaust pipe keeps turning on me, but it should go over top of my tire there like that. You can, I just don't want to focus, kind of come on, focus. It ain't going to do it. But that's where the exhaust is going to be. I've still got to do something with the inner fender. Still working on that. I do have the wheels and tires on it, just mocked up. I'm probably going to go ahead and use those. Just leave it, again, follow my kind of general thing I do, box stock, other than, somebody probably bought the car and thought, oh, I'll put a big motor in it. I took the fender wells out, as I said, so that leaves a lot of room in the front end. So we'll be getting that. Which will pop apart a whole lot easier now with that front being gone. So that should enable me to go ahead and put this back part on, get that blended in before I paint it. I should be able to get that put in because I've got so much room now on the front. It will leave me enough room to put the chassis in with the back plate already on, hopefully. So that's where that's at and where we're going. If anybody has any good ideas how to detail the exhaust ports here, that would be fine. I could have just left it without an exhaust, but then it would be totally unfinished. This is kind of what I've got so far. I took my soldering iron and just heated it up, and then just held the plastic above it a little bit till it started wanting to bend, and then you can just bend it into shape without really deforming it, unless of course you touch it down here, which is my first trial, and I learned real quick to move up here. So just don't touch it, but hold it there till it heats a little bit, and you can bend it without, like with a match, it just goes to nothing. So that gives you a little bit more of a controlled burn on that. I have the radiator out of the Gravedigger. It came with this little bar that mounts all together. So I'm going to try and get that set in there, but it's wanting to be up higher, so I'm probably going to have to try and mount it from... We're just not in the frame here, are we? Try and get it mounted up from the bottom somehow like that, so it's in there. So we'll see how that's going. But it's moving along. I'm debating as to whether to make it a nice, pretty, shiny car, custom car, and or just like a backyard, somebody's thrown together, and maybe a blue fender and a green fender and a red door and some rust. I can't decide. Or I could go and take all the badges, emblems, door handles, fill in the body seam here, smooth it all down, and paint it so it's a kind of a custom. Put the fin on the back, spoiler underneath. Another option. I think I'll have plenty of time this weekend to research that, but I don't know if anybody's got any ideas. Let me know. It definitely can't be a sleeper, not with this thing sitting in it. I believe they would know real fast that's not a sleeper. So that's out of the question. So that'll be it for a few days. I'll shut up so you guys can watch somebody else has more sense. And didn't have anything else to say. We're almost to 300 subscribers. I'm only like 3 or 4 away. So that's doing great. Thank all my subscribers, all the people who watches and comments. So thank you. Thank Mike Sanderson again for the kit that I'm shopping all the pieces here. And be sure and go check him out. Subscribe to him. See if we can get him up on the board with the rest of us. So you guys have a good one.